And behold, Joan Reinmuth and Rhonda Handsome are, lo and behold, and here's Joan Reinmuth.
What are the chances, two of us? Rhonda, I've been so worried about this new vaccine. I'm getting it this afternoon, but they haven't had time to really research the long-term effects. I mean, if I can't get pregnant in 20 years, I'm going to really be pissed. So moving right along into the famous monologue.
If you do get pregnant, Joan, you will be a sensation, a news
miracle
sensation.
birth. Right, we know miracle rap. This is going to be the miracle birth. So I want to thank the Supreme Court for the No Georgia recount. Now all we do is fix up the mess Trump left behind. So how's it working out so far, huh? You still got your guns, and we got our drone missiles to deliver the bullets right to our door. If you're white, if you're black, they deliver it through your door. And a couple of favors from the Supreme Court. Our big court made it possible that during the COVID epidemic, you can now use the mail to deliver all your pharmaceuticals. All pharmaceuticals, the Supreme Court said, can now be delivered by mail, except for one. All but one. Women's contraceptives cannot be delivered by mail. All you gotta do if you need or you want the morning after pill, just hike on down to the Supreme Court and try telling them, this is reverse patriotism. And also, a little advice, do not miss Biden's first 100 days because your kid will be 3 months old by then. And there are still states where there is no abortion. And then there are the states that have the 2-year waiting for the abortion. And I want to get this right, so I'm going to read it. There is a quote from the good doctor, Deborah Brext. Do you remember her? She said,
I remember her scarves, honey.
So I don't want this to lead any more scars on you, but this is what she said. She said, why it's harder to get birth control than it is to roll out this damn vaccine. Now, she didn't actually say that. She wiggled her ears, which is how she communicates during big problems. So, we have a trivia question right here. Rhonda, I meant to send you the answer because I know how you feel about surprises and trivia. Here's the question. Stick with me. I know you think, how's she gonna ever get out of this? Here's the question. Lenny Bruce and Margaret Sanger were both arrested, charged, and convicted of the same crime. What was that crime?
Indecency.
Guessed it. How did you know? How did you know? So Rhonda, the first 100 days, and we already got the pharmacy. Should we tackle the filibuster next, or what are you thinking is the next to go in the 100 days of Biden? What do you see?
Well, for my own opinion, Joan, I love this bracelet. For my own opinion, I think reparations across the board for the descendants of American slavery should be the next item. He has put his attention on immigration, on people who have come into the country without obeying the law. And I think it's time now to look at the people who actually built this country and built the Capitol building that was assaulted and invaded this month.
And hang on to the pardons, right? We're not looking for a big basket of pardons for the other side of the so-called aisle. They shouldn't call it an aisle anymore. What should they call it?
It's a moat.
That's a moat.
It's a moat. I think not only there should not be pardons for the people who stormed the Capitol, but there should be repercussions not only for the insurrectionists, but for all the people in the legislature, all the members of the legislature who aided and abetted the storming of the Capitol and in any way gave comfort or support to insurrectionists.
Hard to believe that Clarence Thomas's wife booked buses and each one got a free lunch.
I find that very easy to believe from a woman who bought a $31,000 dining room set for his office. I mean, one chair was $5,000. How big is her ass that she needs a chair that's $5,000?
Damn. The one thing that I see connects a lot of these pieces is what just sounds like protocol, but in fact, it has been the structure of racism. And maybe in our next show, we go over how the Senate is used the filibuster to carry out a real structural racism that's very hard to see. You don't see how the Senate can control and maintain a structure of racism. So maybe next time we'll look at that.
Well, that could be, or it could be a surprise. It could be something different, but that's a great topic for us to explore whenever we do it. And I'm really not that thrilled about Harriet Tubman being on the $20 bill. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. But
make the bill worth two, of course. Immediately reduce the value.
Not only that, it's, you know, it won't work on PayPal, and it's performative. It's like painting Black Lives Matter on Fifth Avenue, that it's symbolic without any substance. And I fear, you know, this is going to be another one of those symbolic gestures that is empty, except for the desired effect to make a certain segment of the population feel like they are being paid attention to. I think it's
also to make another certain segment feel as if they can now get comfortable again because they have Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. Let's go back to spending it in a racist environment.
Really, yeah.
As we devalue everything else along the way.
Well, speaking of things being devalued, I think human life has just been terribly devalued from our head of state. Our former head of state really put a very, very low price on the value of our humanity, of American citizens. And I think we're going to suffer from that for quite some time.
I think that one of the things of all the messes that Trump left behind, of course, it's not just Trump, but we still got the mess, even though we don't have his behind. But there has been, the New York Times called a spate or a spat of teen suicide.
Oh my gosh, that is so horrible. I heard about that. One as young as 9 years old.
I mean, I think from the corruption of their daily life right now is how showing us how delicate is this the effect on young people who learned more this year being not in school than they did in school. School turned out to be the cover-up, even though the public school is just what we want to be, the strongest recorder of history. Turned out not to be.
Not to be, especially if the textbooks are printed in Texas.
That's why they call them textbooks.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling, nevertheless, that the country is waiting to exhale. And some may have prematurely exhaled because there is a ton of identifiers who are easy to get comfortable. White people are taught how to get comfortable. And so, yeah, I'm breathing much better that Biden is in, but there is a ton of work ahead of us.
Absolutely. I agree with you. There is so much work to be done, and so much, such a really wide division in the country. I really feel like it's going to be a Herculean task to bring us to a point where we can work towards common goals that benefit everyone.
Right, and we'll bring in the think tank for backup.
Oh, well,
And
always.
start serving extra miles. Can you get miles of value, miles on the think tank? We have
Well,
to
I'm sure you'll find a way to do that, Joan. I have no doubt about that.
go get my vaccine in Woodstock. If I can't get pregnant in 20 years because of the hidden long-term effects, I will definitely want to. I'll be pissed.
Well, it's great to see you, honey. I think this you're bringing up the Supreme Court was a great idea, and telling people to look forward to another segment of Lo and Behold. This has been Lo and Behold comedy, and you tune in on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock to catch a new episode, which will be there. Will absolutely be there on our Facebook page. Joan Reimuth and Rhonda Handsome are Lo and Behold. Thank you for joining us.
How did we get so lucky? Bye, darling.
Bye-bye.